Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome to the live, guys. So, man, what has been going on? What has been going on? I'll tell you that. So, yes, shalom, welcome, guys. When you enter the chat, just make sure, or you click on the live, make sure you like the video. Um, today has been an awesome day. All praises to the Most High, always. Questions, any questions that anyone has, and pretty much I'm gonna be talking about, our experience here in Africa for the past 5 years. So, you know, you have any question, leave them in the comment section, and it's just I just want to interact with the audience and stuff. Check out the pinned comment. Check out our website, Journey with Us, move to Africa.com. Like I say, it's a lot. It's a lot that's been happening just all around the world, to be honest, just, in America. uh, and all around the world. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to, go live because I feel more comfortable on live than trying to record a video and feel like, I'm messing up or, I got to say certain things. But, I'd rather, have people know who I am and, how I move and how I talk and stuff. So all praises to the Most High. Um, yes. Someone just asked, how can I leave to the U.S. to Ghana? Get your passport, buy a plane ticket, and leave. It's very simple, and that's something that a lot of people um, try to complicate. I can say, um, you really have to make things very simple. You don't want to complicate a lot of things. You want two options. That's what it really comes down to. Like right or wrong, you get what I'm saying? Option one or option B. Don't try to have like 4 or 5 options. Like it's good to, have your notes and stuff, but when it comes down to it, you should really want two options. So yeah. Good morning, Macamil. All praises to the Most High. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video. Uh, Someone said, "What about Kenya? What about Kenya? Please let me know. What kind of question that, LJ? What about Kenya? Kenya, it is a beautiful place, um, and that does come with a lot. Africa comes with a lot. I tell you that. Just 5 years being here, traveling around. If you've been following us, we are here in Mauritius for the past going on 2 years. So we love it. We love it. We've been in Tanzania for the past three and a half years almost. We traveled to Zambia. We traveled to Kenya for a little bit, but um, we always try to uh, make sure that we can have somewhere sustainable. So that's just what it is. Kenya, man, I really want to go there, but just the way we are set up, we have 5 children. So we need a place where it's going to be sustainable for all of us. And that's people just don't realize. Like on this channel, Journey with Us, all praises to the Most High. We started our YouTube channel 6 years ago in 2019. If you haven't checked out our first video, go check it out. It's so crazy how like we started in 2019, but if you pay attention to how we were in 2019 and how we are now, we are the same people. You get what I'm saying? We are very organic. We try to tell the truth. We try to be straightforward. You get what I'm saying? And let people know like what it is, because it's no sugarcoating anything nowadays, because it's a lot that a lot of people need to know before they move to Africa. So that's why, we always say go check out, what we are doing, and the people that, check it out, they benefit from it long term. The information that we do provide, they benefit from it long term. Someone asks, as a single guy, what is a salary a person who needs to live well off? Single guy, like really, like just depends on your lifestyle. So questions like this, it really depends on your lifestyle. Do you want that, like, what are you used to? And I was like, for real, the base, I would say 2,000 a month. I believe that anybody could come to Africa, pretty much in any country, and you can really have a good life for $2,000 a month. So that's just my opinion. Just depending on your lifestyle, depending on the area and the country that you choose, depending on electricity, depending on the water, depending on the housing, if it's furnished or if it's not, depending on the rent. Because some countries, this is what a lot of people don't realize. Some countries, they do ask for 12 months in advance, or 6 months in advance, 3 months in advance. And that's why Mauritius is top on our list, because it's month to month, and it does come with a lot, and it's fully furnished. So it just really depends on the lifestyle that you really want to live. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video when you enter the chat, when you enter the live. I greatly appreciate it. How many African Americans are in the country you at? Um, it's a lot. It's a lot, to be honest. Like, more and more since we've been here, we didn't see a lot, or we didn't connect with a lot of people, because Mauritius, it is a small island. So if you look at Mauritius right now on a map, you'll be like, why are you on that little dot? But it's way bigger than what people, or what I expected, because I had the same mindset about like Mauritius. I'm like, why would we want to go to this little small island? But it's a beautiful place, like really. And that African Americans in Mauritius, I can say this: our lifestyle is a little bit different. So I'm not single. I'm married. I have 5 children. So when we step out as a family, or we might step out to go to the store, the grocery store or something, do some shopping, and come back home. We homeschool our children. So that's 3 children base, 4 children coming to homeschool. So like today is Friday, it's prep day. So we took a break. I decided to take a break. I'm just having the children kind of like, write like a script, write like a play for them to kind of perform for us in a way. You get what I'm saying? Just to kind of get their creative juices going. So that's what I'm having them doing. But usually, as soon as we wake up, everybody gets breakfast and stuff, and then it's to homeschool. So we homeschool till about what? Till about almost 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So after that, everything is good. But today we decided to take a break and let them just try to play around and make up like a script or a play or something like that. But for like that's a hard question. So that's why I say, like, it's better to you talk to me one on one, because we can really dig deep into um, certain questions and how your lifestyle is and stuff like that. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. So um, yeah, our lifestyle is a little bit different. African Americans, we did see. I'll say, since we've been here, people connect with us. I want to say we met a gentleman that recently came to Mauritius on a retirement visa. Uh, and he's loving it, man. He's loving it. It's so crazy, because I follow him on WhatsApp. He got like a WhatsApp channel, and he just be kicking his feet up, just enjoying. he wakes up, he say, oh, I'm about to go get my coffee, or hey, I'm sitting by the pool, I'm about to go to the mall today, and this and that. And it's just beautiful to see, retired folks come out here and really enjoy. Um, so that's one person. We have another married couple, a wiser couple. I don't like to really say like old people. I like to say wiser people. So we have a wiser couple that came. They enjoy it. They're from, um, was it New York? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they're from, but they're African American. And that's a good one. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I greatly appreciate it. Just drop it in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. But back to the African Americans. So to be honest, we have seen um, an influx of African Americans come here. So just for me personally, you will probably have to like message me or email us so we can have that connection. I'm always a brother first. I'm always a servant of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? I'm not somebody that tries to like run away and be um, away from people. So if you got my contact, trust me, everybody that schedules a call, I say just hit me up on WhatsApp. You don't have to email me no more. You don't have to pay for nothing. Just as soon as you pay and we family. So I'll say for African Americans, we met probably like 6 people already. And here in Mauritius is very like people just live their lives. It's not like, oh, let's meet up, let's meet up every day and this and that. If we do meet up, we might go to a mall, eat some pizza or something, have the children play and stuff like that, so we can have that adult time and speak and vibe and stuff like that. So um, for African Americans and Mauritius, it's very quiet. You really gotta be out there. You really gotta be in the groups and stuff like that to benefit from that and say, hey, who's African or who's from America, and then go from there. I see people from America is complaining about electricity and a water problem. I donated to Africa years ago to feed the children, to drill water in Africa, and they let me know how much I gave. That's excellent. Yes, Africa, it does struggle with electricity and water, and it's crazy that they do because all the resources come from Africa. Here in Mauritius, I know I did a video the other day, and if you have viewed it, I greatly appreciate it. If you liked it, if you commented, thank you so much. But the electricity here in Mauritius is excellent. The Wi-Fi, the water is excellent. We drink out, we fill our water up from the sink and put in the refrigerator, and it's good. You get what I'm saying? So no problem with electricity. The only thing that we experienced was maybe like I want to say 2 weeks ago. The electricity was out maybe like 9:30 in the morning till about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But when we stepped out the house and we asked what was going on with the electricity, they were literally fixing the power lines. They was upgrading the power lines. So it's just like, oh, okay. So that makes sense. That makes sense why they or the electricity was out. So for us, we thought like, dang, Mauritius, we thought you guys were good at the time. But when we stepped out and realized what they was doing, it was like, okay, they doing this for a reason. But for other African countries, such as like Tanzania or something, they will have scheduled power outages where it's like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, the power will be out 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So just prepare. And it's like, dang, you just have to adjust. You have to adjust and keep going. But for Mauritius, we really don't deal with that a lot, like, to be honest. The Wi-Fi is good. I say for Wi-Fi, we probably pay $8, $16 a month, to be honest, to have the Wi-Fi and internet and stuff. And that's why we say, You have to choose the right African country, because if you don't, you will be, a lot of things will come into your budget where you don't think about until you really land. And you gotta pick up water. You gotta have like a solar power bank. You gotta put like a solar panel on your house or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like, if you choose the right African country, such as Mauritius, such as Botswana, as someone in the chat was saying, such as Rwanda, such as Seychelles. We say Seychelles because it is pretty stable, in Ghana. But Ghana, they do have problems like that too. So that is something to really think about. Look, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a strategy. To be honest, so um, someone said, okay, why did you title it is is it time to leave Africa? Because I titled it because a lot of people need to know, like, to really ask that question, because there is other countries that you can go to and live in and benefit from what they are doing with visas and residencies and stuff like that. But for us, we don't think it's time to leave Africa. For us, we think that we think forward. We think 5 years, 10 years in advance, right? So we can see Africa growing. What Africa is dealing with right now, you got to think about pretty much every country in Africa has been independent for what, maybe like 60 years or something like that. So when you have that mindset of America being independent for 60 years, what was happening? You get what I'm saying? Of course, there's going to be a lot of changes happening. And what we see right now in Africa, um, not all around Africa, but a lot of African countries is starting to realize, like, we need to do better. And this is the time of consolidation. And I'm talking as like a trader mindset right now. This is a consolidation zone where pretty soon it's gonna, break out of the problems that's been going on in Africa. They're gonna figure out a lot of things, and then they're gonna realize, okay, we need to benefit from the resources that we have. So that's pretty much why I named it. And thanks for tuning in. If you guys are tuning in, just make sure you like the video. This is an open discussion, to be honest. So any questions that you guys have, just let me know. Just let me know, and I'm gonna speak on it. So I'm gonna speak on it from my experience, from my opinion, and things like that. So South Africa, that's my plan as a South African. So hold on. I will move to India headquarters. They're expanding your business into Africa. India will develop the global South. The global South is very important, I'll tell you that. Especially African, given proxy Africa is the new market. Yeah, just like I was just saying. So yeah, South Africa, it is a good place to go to. But just say, as an American, you got to do a lot of things before you leave America. You got to, like, if you want long-term residency, if you really want to invest in South Africa, make sure you have everything together in America, because I know you have to send certain paperwork, certain like your passports and stuff like that to the South African embassy in the U.S. so you can, travel there. So that's something that you will have to take into consideration too. So yeah, guys, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Make sure you like the video. I see South Florida, Botswana. Um, is it time to strategize Africa, not leave it? Yeah, of course, of course. That's us. We always thinking about the future of how can we, move accordingly of what's happening right now. So live in Michigan, South Carolina, Kentucky, the Brooklyn, New York, Georgia, all praises. Yeah, London session right now. Look, I got my phone right here, and I'm actually in a trade right now. I'll tell you that, and it's benefiting a little bit. I know the news that came out, the London session, it did pump up, but it looks like it's dumping right now. So, um, yeah, you you know the vocabulary as I'm saying, because I know you said London session. So, all praises. Alabama, all praises. All praises to the Most High, always. Someone, Brian, food, music. Botswana is very stable with water and electricity also. Yes, 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 yes. And it's visa free for Americans. We know a couple families out there and they love it, they enjoy it. They say, man, you guys gonna get some gems today. They say, like, just go there, just make sure that you can take care of yourself. So that's if you are applying for a long-term residency, such as like 5 years, right? The government really just wants you to, or wants you to show that you can take care of yourself. So a lot of African countries, they do be corrupt, but something like that, you need to go experience it, meet the right people, meet the people that we know and stuff like that, so you can benefit from them being there for over a year. We know people that got their 5 year residency, and after 5 years in most African countries, ooh, you can apply for citizenship. So I know a lot of things been going on with Burkina Faso, and of course we paid the money. We did everything, or not everything. We did the membership, and that's pretty much it. But we were like, okay, let's see how this gonna play out, because this just, what's going on right there in Burkina Faso. You gotta you gotta see it play out before you hop on it. If you hopping on it, of course you still gotta follow the law, because I know the video I just recorded, I scheduled for a little bit later. I was talking about you gotta give Caesar what's due to Caesar, and it's not literally like Caesar, but I'm saying like you have to follow the laws. You get what I'm saying? No matter what comes up, you still have to follow the laws. You have to. Like traveling, that's definitely something that we have to consider as, people of the Most High, children of the Most High. And it just really depends on who you really is. Oh, okay. Okay, Bubba. Sorry, I see that now. You laughing and stuff at me. All praises. Hey, Bubba. Um, yes. Bubba, that's the person I'm talking about too. But yeah, you just have to follow the law. You don't want to try to be corrupt, because that is something that's very important in these last days, where if you allow a little corruption, if you are feeding into the corruption here in Africa, that's gonna like set you back in a way. So that's one of the main reasons why we left Tanzania, because it was like very corrupt, and we kind of felt like, I'm not about to pay into your corruption. That's not us. I need to stand on 10 toes and be righteous. I need to do the righteous things, where it's going to benefit us in the long run. No matter what we go through, no matter the experience that we have, it's going to benefit us in the long run. So you got to stay away from the corruption. So that's why we say go to the least corrupt countries: Mauritius, Botswana, Rwanda, Seychelles, Ghana. Uh, I just named 5, to be honest. So you got to consider these countries, to be honest. No matter what the visa, no matter what the residency process is, consider these countries. Let me see. I'm kind of going through the chat. Any questions, just let me know. Kentucky, New York. Yes. And I believe Botswana, let me know in the chat, Botswana, it is month to month rent. because I know a lot of people don't consider that. Just say in Tanzania, we did have to. Well, I'm a good negotiator, so we were paying 3 months at a time. Every house that we had 3 houses that we moved to. We moved to 2 houses in Dar es Salaam and 2 houses in Tonga, and um, we had like I always negotiated 3 months. Uh, and most, yeah, I'd say most of the houses that no, the first 2 houses they didn't have furniture, so we had to go get furniture. We had to get beds. We had to, get a washing machine. We had to get refrigerator. So you have to consider that's going to go into your budget. But countries such as um, Botswana, such as Mauritius, I'm pretty sure they will come with fully furnished house, and it's month to month. So when you sign the lease, you probably would pay 3 months at a time or 3 months up front for first month, last month, and then like an agency fee, and then after that it will be month to month. So you have to consider that in your budget too. So I'm glad that I'm speaking the right things for Botswana too. So that's excellent. Georgia, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Leave your questions, leave your comments in a comment section, and let me know. Alabama, all praises. Las Vegas. It says Nevada, you have to come with your own jobs or try to start a job or cause. I'm pretty sure they don't have any place you can work, and people power already have them jobs. So that that kind of triggers a thought in my mind of what's going on in America with the government shutdown, and a lot of people are losing their jobs and not working and not getting paid, right? So you got to think about how, man, I tell you what, America is just, it really sucks. I tell you that. Because once you really step out of America, you start to realize um, that they just be playing with us. They just really be like trying to just keep you down. They really try to like control you. They try to like just cut you off from thriving. Because when you think about it, when you think about jobs, right? If you come to Africa looking for a job, you probably not going to get a job because they will hire their people, their local people first, right? But if a immigrant come to America, they probably will hire an immigrant before an American citizen, depending on what type of American citizen you are. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say like America really be playing with us, and you have to like like you got to get out of there, to be honest. Like that's what I truly believe. You got to get out of there. You got to be self-sustaining. You got to learn how to make your own money, even if you come here to uh, work a job or find a job. The jobs that you will find will probably be if you are a teacher, right? If you come here, because we have a couple clients that came here as teachers. They did apply for certain schools, but guess what? They applied for being a teacher, and then they end up being the principal of the school. You get what I'm saying? So if you have experience in landscaping or something like that, right? You probably will come to Africa and start a whole. You will probably be a manager or a owner of that landscaping company. You get what I'm saying? I say landscaping because that's what I did in America, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. But those are good examples because when you come to Africa, you're not going to work a regular job. You're not going to get a job like at a supermarket. You're not going to go get a job to, like a trash man or something like that. You're probably going to be the top job. So you have to have your certificates, in a way, your degrees and stuff like that, to um, benefit from that. So I know it's a lot of things going on in America where the last couple of years is like people that's been going to college, that's been in debt. It just really blows my mind sometimes. People go to college to get a degree to try to get a job, but now they're being replaced by AI and robots and stuff. So basically, the past 5 years, past really 10 years, is obsolete. It doesn't matter because the world changes, the world evolves into what it is going to become. So it's like you go to college, you spend all this money, you get in debt for no job. So we say you always need to learn your skills and talents, learn what you are very passionate about so you can benefit and make your own money. Like you have to make your own money no matter what you do. Trust me, uh I say that look, even if you start a farm. You get what I'm saying? Even you had chickens or something, and but you need a lot of chickens to sustain yourself like that. Don't take this advice, but I'm saying just for example. So I know people that come here and start chicken farming and do eggs and do meat, right? But you gotta have a lot of chickens to. Well, that's just my mindset, I guess, because my mindset is like my family. I have 5 children. I have a wife and stuff. So it's like yeah, for me personally, I would need a lot of chickens to try to sustain, my family and be good, right? But if you are single, you probably could have like a couple thousand chickens to benefit from your monthly costs and stuff like that. Also, you can sell dogs, right? You can breed dogs, so you can do stuff like that. You can really help the community in a way where, if you are a chef, you can start, selling food and stuff like that to benefit from the local community to sustain yourself. So, and it's nothing bad. It's just really, it really goes back to the ancient path. It really goes back to the ancient way. Like that's what it comes down to. So, if you are a believer in the Most High, if you are, in your word, that's where the world is heading. It's just going back to the ancient path. So you got to learn how to, sustain your tribe. You got to learn how to sustain yourself and make your own money and stuff. So, grow your own food, benefit from that. You can start classes like that. You can help people learn how to grow food the proper way and benefit, chop the leaves off to make the plant grow higher and produce more and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's really like a mindset thing that, we have to get over because there's no cap anymore. I know, yeah, I believe the video that's scheduled, I was talking about this of how like it was a experiment where they put fleas in a jar and they put like a mason jar, right? And they put the cap on it. And the fleas, fleas, they jump pretty high. So they was jumping and hitting the cap. They was jumping and hitting the cap for 3 days, right? They did it for 3 days. Then they took the lid off. And when the fleas jumped, it stopped right there at the cap. But they didn't know that the cap was off. So we got to know that the cap is no longer there. So anything that you do, the sky is the limit. It really is. You just have to have that mindset of knowing and maneuvering through this crazy world to benefit, because you can really make a good living through what's happening right now. So that's why it really is, it goes deep, but it goes back to your mindset, to be honest. Okay, so Botswana, it does have Starlink. So for Botswana, like I'm a little bit behind in the comments, so please let me know if I'm wrong. So Botswana, you will have to get Starlink yourself, or does Botswana use Starlink in the internet process of that? Will survivors benefit? Work to relocate? I'm not sure about that. So, Macamil, I saw how Zimbabwe is using the U.S. dollar, and that is crazy. And Ghana currency are changing. Yes, a lot of things is changing. Like you got to pay attention to the top three um, superpowers, and I'll really say the top five, but I would say the top three just to narrow it down because I don't like to like have five options. Just like I was saying at the beginning, like you want to always just have like one or two options because it just makes life a little bit more simpler. So really, what's happening with the U.S. and China? Just think about that. That's number one and number two. Number two wants to be number one. Number one still wants to be number one. So you just got to think of how they are being played. They're really playing chess. And if you don't know how to play chess, it's something that you should be learning because it is a strategy that goes with the game. It really is a strategy. And they always think two moves, three moves ahead. They always think 5, 10 years ahead. Um, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not trying to get too deep, but it was a study with the CIA, and they will plan stuff out 15 to 20 years ahead of time. Like really, 15 to 20 years ahead of time. That causes a lot of resources. That causes a lot of people to be working nonstop to try to plan 15 years ahead. So it's a lot of things that once you really start to get, the knowledge and the understanding and the education, you will start to realize, okay, now I really need to sustain myself. I really need to sustain my family because it's like that's the only thing that's worth live like for real. Like you can't depend on anything else, especially now with the government shutting down in America and stuff. It's a lot of things that's happening. In order to rent in Africa, other than a passport, what documents will be needed? Um, so in order to rent in Africa, you really don't need the documents. The documents will be more of residency process. But if you are renting in Africa, all you need is money. You just need that money. They just want to see that you have money that you're ready to pay. If you come to them wanting to rent, just be prepared to pay. Really, it's not like I remember before we left America, we was dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare, and we were thinking about and it wasn't like spiritual warfare in a bad way. It's spiritual warfare where the Most High was telling us you better get out because a lot of things was happening around that time. Um, so we wanted to move to another apartment, and they just wanted all these requirements. Like we had 3 children. They was like, oh, you need to have a bigger place because you have 3 children and this and that. And but here in Africa it's really not like that. If you can go rent a 2 bedroom with a family of 5, and you'll be good, right? And I'm not suggesting that. It's just an example. So Africa, most African countries, they do just want to see that you can sustain yourself and pay your rent. They don't want like somebody coming here and this and that. So with America, it's like credit checks and stuff like that, and your pay stub. No, they don't do that here in Africa. As long as you can have that money right in front of them, you're good. Like you're good to rent. You're good to uh, get rent a car or anything like that. So all you need is your license in America. They will say, okay, oh, so you do have a license, you can rent the car. It's not like you have to go to the DMV here to get a license to drive. No, if you got a license, you can come rent a car and be good. Okay. It would be nuts to find a job in Africa. um to be honest, like that's what a lot of people need to consider because what's going on uh in the West, in America, everybody losing their jobs. So why not? Like that's just a thought. I'm not saying come here. I'm not saying hey, I'm about to go find a job. But if the right opportunity come, I will. I will work a job here in Africa, to be honest. So, uh, the way the world is heading and stuff. Look, that might not be a bad idea. But the jobs that you do, um, or the jobs that you would qualify for, you probably would be like a manager or, a boss pretty much. So, or I'll say a leader. I don't like to use boss, a leader. So, someone asks, what does rent cost for a 3 to 4 bedroom? So here, like BJJJ, please let me know a little bit more information what you're saying. Are you saying like in Mauritius? Are you saying like in, because everywhere is a little bit different. And I'll say this: most the least corrupt countries, so such as Mauritius, um, Botswana, I believe it might be similar costs, but it really depends on the country. 3, 4 bedrooms. We have a 5 bedroom, um, and like, to be honest, we don't know what the actual rent cost is, because we have Wi-Fi included, we have the pool cleaners included, we have what else? We have like pest control included, um, and like I said, we have fully furnished house and stuff. So for that, a month we pay about $1,300 to $1,500 a month. So that that's just the idea. Um, and like I said, we have 5 beds and an office, so 6 rooms, three baths, pool, electric fence, cameras, like everything, for about $100 a month, excluded electricity and water. But electricity and water is never that expensive in Africa. I say water, we probably pay what, $10 to $15 a month. Electricity, it is a little bit expensive in Africa, because we do have the pool running, we do have electric fence, we do have camera system running and stuff. So I'll say $100 to $150 a month for electricity. So it's definitely cheaper than America, I'll tell you that. So, are tiny houses a thing in Africa? Yeah, of course, tiny houses is a thing, but it just depends on the area that you choose. So tiny houses meaning like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or something like that. Um, I'm guessing it is a thing. It just depends on the area that you have to consider. So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, guys. Just make sure you like the video. If you are just tuning in, make sure you are commenting. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me know um, any questions that you have. So this live is, it's just really questions. Like, just let me know. Just let me know. I know I'll probably be on here maybe another 30 to an hour, because we do have to go shopping. It is prep day, so we do shop on Fridays. Um, yeah, just let me know any questions. I'm just going through the questions right now, and just checking some trades that I had going on. The London session is open, so just gotta benefit from that. So all praises. Someone said I'm a baker and want to open a bakery. And a bakery in Africa, it depends on the location, it depends on the country, because they do bake a lot. So you gotta like integrate yourself within a culture or the country, and you can kind of benefit from it, but you would just have to know what your customers would want, because here in Mauritius, it's like a French culture, so they eat a lot of croissants and stuff like that, and it's just like Panera style. My wife loved it, but me, I'm like, I never like Panera. It's too expensive, I rather you know go somewhere else to eat some nice good food. I don't want no croissants. I'm not a bread person. So yeah, bakery, it could work. It just depends. It depends on the country. Depends on the area that you choose. Someone said China flooding Kenya products right now. Yeah, like pay attention to what China's doing. China is they are very silent. So just for example, when we first got to Tanzania and I started to I was excited. When you first came or when you first come to Africa, you try to you just so excited. You get into it, you try to meet everybody, this and that, you try to get the information. So what I realized and what people told me about what China does, and there's nothing wrong with it. This is something that we have to consider doing too, like mentally. China, they are so strategic. They, you're not going to travel to a country, just say like a Chinese citizen. They literally have groups of people, just say Tanzania, right? They have groups of people that, okay, you're going to go to Tanzania, you're going to go to Ghana, you're going to go to this country, you're going to go to South Africa, you get what I'm saying? But you're not going to go unless you are fluent in a local language. So the Chinese, they come and they are fluent. They know what they're doing. They will go stay in a one bedroom. And it's not like a big fan, like they are very militant in a way. They are doing stuff where you will never know. So Tanzania, I remember it was a time where I would go to a chicken spot, and I was like every week I would see, or every couple of days I would say, it was a Chinese person coming and picking up. It was a game that local people like to play. So you put like 500 T shillings in to play this game to try to like win more money. So basically like gambling, like a little slot machine or something like that. But the owner of that slot machine, which was like a couple $100, maybe 500 or a little less than that, they will put it at local spots where everybody go eat, and then the local people will feed into that machine, and then a Chinese person comes every couple days and pick up their earnings, right? So that really got me thinking, like the Chinese, and it's nothing bad. I'm not trying to talk bad on no type of person or anything like that. They are strategic like that. They will go do little things like that and pick up a couple 100,000 T shilling. So say just say $100 every couple of days, and that's good for living in Africa. That's excellent. That's what they do. So I remember talking to an older gentleman and in Tanzania, and they were saying like the Chinese, just say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they were out on the street selling tomatoes, selling peppers, selling, avocados and stuff like that. They were on the street doing that. But now when you look at Chinese, they're building bridges. They're building apartment complexes. They're building so much. So that's what a lot of people just don't realize, that how other nations, they come here and they got a plan. Like for us, we come here because of course, we deal what we deal with, and then we try to go figure it out. But you still gotta have a plan. So that's why you have to connect with people like us, like, to be honest, because the people that we help, we talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people just don't talk about behind the scenes, right? We talk about taxes. We talk about just say like just our experience of a lot of people don't know that you have to pay 12 months or 6 months at a time for rent. Or you can choose a country that do month to month. Or, you go to this country, you can do, you get a visa for 90 days plus, and you might can extend it for another 100 or another 90 days. So that's 180 days and this and that. It's a lot of things that people don't know, like how to plan. So it is important to talk to people that's been here on the ground and that is really, you know, um, open. You get what I'm saying? Truthful. I'm not trying to lie to nobody. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So just for example, I remember someone scheduled a consultation, and he was like, "Oh, what do you say? Yeah, I'm like 50 years old. I really don't got things going. I probably got um, like $12,000 saved, and I'm trying to figure it out. This is why I booked the call, this and that." He basically beating himself down. And when he was done, I said, "No, no, you're not that. You are doing the right steps because you booked this call. Because it's not a lot of people won't take that step. So you have to tell yourself that you're going to be this. You are doing the right things to grow. You get what I'm saying? It's not, our people is very mental. That's why I'm like, you got to have that mentality of like growth, of healing, of that everything is going to work out, like for real. It's not like the most high got us. That's what a lot of people just don't like. You got to ask yourself, do you really believe? Do you really have faith? Because it really comes down to that. You got to know that. You really got to know that. Like it is that. Like really. So with the Chinese, they doing it. They doing it. They did it. They did it, and they doing it anywhere all around the world, to be honest. No matter where you go in Africa, there's going to be a Chinatown. Like point blank period. There's going to be a Chinatown. So Pan African Travel TV, thanks for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for your honesty. Been in the Gambia since 2020. Traveled to over 10 African countries so far. Passive income is a must for sustainability. Yes, that's what it is. That's why I say, like, you gotta learn how to make your own money, because what's going on in the States and stuff, we know, like, you just gotta know. You gotta know this book. I know it's all tore up and stuff. Trust me, when I first got it, when I first came to Africa, it was brand new, but it's all tore up. But you gotta know what's going on. You gotta know prophecy and what's happening right now in America and just all around the world. You gotta know that. You gotta know where you're gonna be at. So, Pan African Travel TV, build your passive income of at least $1,000 per month prior to moving to Africa, and then increase the amount with the same or different type of income. Have a couple of income streams at all times. Yes, that's excellent. And I'm telling you, Africa, if you can, you probably, if you are single, if live that local life as much as you can, $1,000, I'm pretty sure you can survive, depending on your rent and the area in the African countries and stuff. So that's why I say like $2,000 for one person, you're good. Macamil, will you ever build your own home? Of course, that is the goal. That is the goal. Build a home or buy a home. That's what it is. So you gotta know what type of environment that you're in, because corruption does come into play. We were doing that in Tanzania, and then that corruption came into play, and it's just like, I ain't about to deal with this. I'm not about to deal with this. This is corruption, and it's clearly corrupt. Where, around this time, around Christmas time, that's what a lot of people don't know too. Around Christmas time, they gonna try to get you. They gonna be like this and that. No matter if your residency card or your residency visa is good, they're still gonna be like, oh no, this is fake. And what you gonna do? You gonna try to fight them? No, because you're gonna go to jail or get kicked out the country. You're just gonna have to play into what they talking about. So yes, I will build my own home. I will buy my own home. Like I say, that's just a mental thing. This is what I say every day. I'm gonna buy a boat. I'm gonna build my own home. I'm gonna buy a home. I'm gonna buy the land. I'm gonna have a farm. I'm gonna have cows. I'm gonna have goats, sheep, chickens. I'm gonna have my garden good. I'm gonna have, you know, 5, 6 houses for the children. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of mindset that, you got to be telling yourself every day. BJ, I'm not gonna keep saying JJJ. BJ, use your Bitcoin and coins in Mauritius. Yeah, you just got to know how to move around that space. Cause even recently, I'm doing something new. I'm gonna start trading Nasdaq and gold and S&P 500 and stuff. And a platform that I use, um, I had to transfer USDC to that platform, and it worked instantly. I was so happy. I was like, oh man, so I can get it going. So I did that the first day. I traded this was just literally 2 days ago. I traded it. I traded the Nasdaq, got in a put, got in a sale, and made $160. And I was just like, oh wow, okay, so this does work. So big like crypto, uh, trading and stuff, that all comes into play. But you just got to know how to move around. You got to know how to use that wallet to transfer this wallet, and once you get your profit, transfer it back to that wallet to transfer it back to your bank account and stuff like that. So you definitely got to know how to move around that space, to be honest. So yeah, yeah. And crypto is it's gonna evolve. I'm telling you. If you are not into crypto, you know, definitely learn how to do that. If you guys need any guidance, I'm here for you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. To be honest, look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that type of person to sugarcoat nothing. I know this meeting that I go to. It's a guy that he was saying, I have to calm down on, being so blunt and truthful to people. And for me, I really wanted to tell him, no, you don't. You gotta tell people the truth, because pretty soon, these are the people that's gonna be like, they're gonna be very important soon. Like if you're trying to lie and sugarcoat people, it's not that's not gonna help them. Tell them the truth. Suck it up. So hi from DC. All praises. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video if you have not. Uh, Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the support. Like, I think about 2019 when we first started the YouTube channel, and we didn't have no subscribers. But now the subscribers is there, the audience is there, the community is there. That's the most important. So but it's not even about the subscribers, it's about what the community here, not the community here on my phone, where we have that couple WhatsApp groups. We have a WhatsApp group for trading, we have a WhatsApp group for mature adult intensive, we have a WhatsApp group for state of diaspora. So that's really how you can start something, because the people in the group, if you got a question, no matter where it's tons of people everywhere in Africa. We got people in South Africa, Ghana, Zambia, Botswana, Kenya, Ethiopia, um, Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Mauritius, obviously. Um, Pretty much everywhere, Tanzania, just everywhere. So just how community is very important, and it doesn't have to be like we need to meet up every day to have that community. A community could be a digital community, because that is very important. You need connections in Africa, because that's probably the number one thing that comes into play is connections. So once you come here to Africa, pretty much anywhere in the world, you need connections. You just need connections no matter what. You need connections. And that's going to help you grow. That's going to benefit you in the long run. So connections is very, very important. Someone said November 22nd, ISO 222 goes live for Swift, and every banking deadline to be upgraded and ready for the new financial standard. Yes, that's why That's why everything is happening right now. That's why everything is down right now. Where a lot of people they trying to get everybody out. They trying to get everybody out. They trying to scare people because what's going to come, you might can turn $1 to $10,000. You never know. Like really, you never know. Just how I know it's a lot of things that people see when it comes to investing, when it comes to trading, when it comes to, the stock market, when it comes to futures, options, forex, when it comes to cryptocurrency, and how just like recently when Donald Trump um, he he tweeted something about China, and then the market just plunged, right? The market just dumped like crazy. And people look at that like, oh, the stock market just lost, I believe it was like 1.6 trillion. $1.6 trillion in like a day. Crypto market, I believe it was like 300 something billion in a day. And you got to know that happened. Yes, it happened. But it's still going to be rolling. It's still going to keep rolling. That's trillions of dollars. That's billions of dollars that just happened. But we still living. We still consuming. We still purchasing. You get what I'm saying? Like the only way, this is another thing that people have to realize too. The only way that the U.S. dollar is going to really collapse and the economy is really going to collapse is if nobody spends nothing. Like if nobody buys anything, if nobody, does anything. And that's just what it is. It's still gonna keep rolling. So that's why I say, that's why we say, learn how to invest. Get into these spaces. Cause just 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I believe, just say like the S&P 500, right? When I was looking at it and bought into the S&P 500, it was at $622. And now it's at $670. You get what I'm saying? So if you invested whatever you can invest into that, you would have benefited from it just for 2 months, you know? And this is something that a lot of people don't consider, that this is how the rich stay rich, because they invest. They really get to it. They buy the dips. They learn how to move around the market. They know when stuff is about to go down, or when it's all-time highs and stuff like gold and stuff recently. It is good to invest in it, but once you start to invest, you're gonna be like, okay, I need to start learning how to trade this. I need to, if it goes up, I need to take my profit out because it's at the highest it's been. Everybody's greedy right now. I need to get out. So it's little things that you can really benefit from investing. Like I say, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I tell you what, I am a brother. I am your brother. So it's always gonna be love here. It's always gonna be that true love. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. And the truth is you can benefit from investing, and that can help you have an income coming in to sustain yourself moving abroad. So you gotta educate yourself. Point blank period. Educate yourself and be good. Educate yourself. Education, education, education. And the school education is obsolete now. The last couple of years they say, if you went to college the past 4 years and you graduated, you got your degree, you got your masters or something, that does not matter anymore. That like blows my mind. That doesn't matter anymore. It's about the skill set. So I remember when I was working at warehouses and stuff, when I was like 19, 20 and stuff like that, it was a point where someone could be working there for 5, 10 years and become a manager, right? And then someone with a degree that went to school those 5, 10 years or whatever comes into that warehouse job and become the manager over the manager that got the experience, right? But now it's flipping. If you go to school, it doesn't matter no more. It's just basically putting yourself in debt because everything is right here at your fingertips. Everything is right here on the phone that you can learn. And that's what I've been doing. That's like with trading and stuff. You can literally do that, but if you really want to take it serious, yes, invest in a mentor, invest in a coach where you can skip all the crazy stuff that you don't need. Look, I got a student right now, and she she just gotta listen. Cause I've been doing this, and I'm look. My student is my wife, cause I've been trying to teach her how to like really get into this. Cause I'm like, okay, we need to do this together. We need to come together and learn together. We need to learn how to trade the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, gold, and stuff like that. Because me, I'm a forex trader, and it's not like this is what we depend on. You get what I'm saying? But it does benefit after a while once you really get the skill down and understand the levels, understand when the institutions are buying, when the banks are buying and stuff like that. It's going to benefit you. So I got the experience, right? I've been in the trenches. I've been in the trenches learning everything that I need to learning all the strategies, but it comes down to, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, it comes down to options, just one or two options. Like you can trade options too. I'm not talking about that, but it really comes down to two options: option A or option B. Make it simple. Make it simple. Don't be like, I need four options, so and until I can enter a trade. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I got one. I see two options. That's good, but these three other options I don't see. So it's like you just make it simple. That's what it really comes down to. Make it very simple. Yes, Bubba. University of YouTube is the best education out there. Yes, say it for the people in the back. Education is key. I told them in the back. So education is key. Like it really is. It really is, and benefit from the people that been doing it. Like really benefit from the people that's doing it. So whatever they provide and stuff, check it out. See, pray about it. You get what I'm saying? Pray about it. And see, okay, how can this benefit me in the long term? How can I skip, how can I, if I did it myself, it would take me 2 years. But if I got a mentor or a coach or somebody that had the experience for the past 2 years, 5 years, you get what I'm saying? It would probably cut down the cost of, I can learn everything in 3 months or 6 months and be good. Like you gotta think that way. So yeah, like I say, guys, all praise to the Most High. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like the video if you are just now entering the chat. I'm probably gonna get off here in another 30 minutes because we do have to go shop and stuff. It is 1:30, almost 1:30, 1:27 p.m. here in Mauritius. So greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Any questions that you guys have, anything at all, any questions about Africa, anything about trading, anything about the mature adult attentive, that is a blessing. That is something that I'm just so grateful for that I can sit here and do, because I know me and my wife was having a conversation the other week, and I'm like, dang, I'm just so grateful that I can be myself in front of people. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to like really try to fake anything. I'm just so grateful that, I can tell truths and people can benefit from that truth. Like that is truly a blessing because, we come from that society of America where you walk into a room and you feel like you gotta put your tie on super tight and try to really be like somebody that's choking, like, oh, You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta be somebody. Like, no, it's really about being yourself. So I'm just so grateful that we have you guys that's tuning in and stuff. Like, it's like, that's what's up. Like, all praises for real. So, hello from Mauritius. Yes, hello, hello, bonjour. I hope I said that right. I always try to say how I hear it. But yes, bonjour, bonjour. From Mauritius. So if you are in Mauritius, please let the audience know. Leave a comment below and say how great, um, how great Mauritius is. Or if it's not great, in your opinion, please let them know. So thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure your name is like blacked out. But let them know, like, are you from Mauritius or did you come from another country to Mauritius? Um, let me know, please. Because thank you for tuning in. Hello from Mauritius. That's awesome. So that's great. That's great. All praises, always. Yes, any questions at all, please let me know, guys. Just checking a couple things. But yes, invest, invest, invest. All right, I will let them know. My name is Paul. I'm originally from Germany. See, everybody comes to Mauritius. It's so diverse here. It's so diverse here. Uh, so, Paul from Germany, which part of the island are you tuning in from? Are you tuning in from the west, the east, the south, the north? Um, yeah, that's great because we're about to step out. We got to go shopping pretty soon. Um, and yeah, and I guess I can talk about Mauritius for a little bit since we are on this topic. Um, oh, right here. Hello, neighbor. We are neighbors. You're here in Grand Bay. Yes, we are here in Grand Bay. 20 feet road. I don't know if you can hear the trucks and stuff, but yeah, the trucks is right here. Um, hopefully it's not too loud. But Mauritius, so this is something that I noticed too because I go to a meeting every week and I take the bus. You know, I don't want to take taxi because taxi from the location that I go to, it will add up. So I just take the bus, right? Um, and this is what I noticed. Mauritius versus Tanzania, because we spend a lot of time in Tanzania. So I took the bus in Tanzania too, and it's nothing bad. Like I have to take the bus. I choose to take the bus. You get what I'm saying? So in Tanzania, the system with the bus is so like different. It's kind of like chaos in a way. So if you get on a bus, you know, people are standing up, people are probably sitting on people's laps and stuff. The bus be super crowded, right? And just say if you get to your stop and you want to get off and people's coming into the bus, right? That's where the chaos happens in Tanzania. So they just don't have a system of allow the person to come on the bus or allow the person to come off the bus first, right? So in Tanzania, it's like chaos. People just trying to like hurry up and get. It's all this commotion where it's like it's not necessary, right? So this is what I noticed in Mauritius. Mauritius is the system here and how they run stuff is very good. So just for example, the bus. Nobody is allowed to get on the bus. So if we come to a stop and people are getting off the bus, nobody can come on the bus until everybody steps down off the bus, right? And it makes sense. That makes sense. So that's what I try to explain to a lot of people that like little things like that should tell you how the prime minister or the president will run a country because it's going to sink down to the people. It's going to sink down to the local people. So if the local people are respecting each other, respecting the rules Respecting. Did I say expect? Yeah, respecting the rules and stuff like that. That should tell you something right there, and that tells me that like Mauritius is a place to be because the systems here is very good. Yeah, G, hold on. Look, she been bugging me for the past like 20 minutes. Well, dude, guys, look, she want the tablet here, right? Should I give her the tablet and let her be on YouTube, or should I give her the tablet and tell her to learn her ABCs and one, two, threes? Anybody, let me know in the comment section right now before I give it to her. Because she right here, she got her hand in the window like, can I, Hanji? You gonna do your school? You sure? All right. Joe, you can teach her how to do the school stuff. I know. There you go. Yes. Learn French. So that's what I did. Thank you. Thank you. Um, but yeah, so the systems here in Mauritius, it works. Like even I'm looking right here, and this truck was trying to turn, and the car actually stopped to allow the truck to turn. It's little things like that where it's like, okay, that's so nice. That's great, right? Like for real. But little things like that. So just say like the zebra crossing, right? This is a good example. The zebra crossing. Where like if a pedestrian is walking across the street in a zebra crossing, it's white lines where you cross, and there's cars coming and going. Here in Mauritius, everybody stops. So if I'm walking to that zebra stop and I stop there, the cars will stop. No matter how fast they're going, they will stop. Skirt, and stop to let me walk. But, I say Tanzania because this is where we live. This is where my experience is. It's none of that. You gotta wait. You gotta be like, okay, is this car about to come or go? You gotta kind of like sprint across the street, just across the street, even as a zebra crossing. So like little things like that, I'm telling you, it really matters. I'll tell you that, because if the government is corrupt, it's gonna sink down to the local people. The local people are gonna be so greedy where they just don't know how to control themselves. So for example, I got all the example because this is just my experience. So all praises to the Most High. If you are just now entering the live, I appreciate it if you like the video. And any questions at all, just let me know, because I am about to get off pretty soon because we do have to leave. Any questions about Africa, any questions about traveling, any questions about countries, any questions about investing, any questions about anything, any questions about Mauritius, let me know, please. So recently, our refrigerator been acting up, and so I had to call a refrigerator guy, DK. Shout out to DK Repairs. They came out. It was about, I messaged them in the evening time on Monday. I want to say like 7:30, and they messaged me, hey, I'll come tomorrow in the morning. And I'm like, wow, that's great. And I found them on Facebook, of all places. So that's why it's important to be in groups on Facebook, on WhatsApp groups and stuff like that, because people like this you can find. And I found them on Facebook. It was very professional. They came, they fixed it. The refrigerator was running for, they came Tuesday, so Tuesday was good. Wednesday and Thursday, it started to make this noise and act up because he was like, hey, if anything, just let me know and I'll come. So yesterday he came, and they usually here in Mauritius, a lot of things shut down when the sun set, right? A lot of businesses, services, it shuts down around 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? So he came and he stayed about 7 o'clock, right? This is his second time coming to, look at the refrigerator and everything. And he got done and everything. He said, "Hey, this is a problem." He told me like we got like an electric problem where if our switch is off, it still conducts electricity, like it's still on. So he said, "Hey, just make sure you contact an electrician to come out to see what he can do because that's probably why your refrigerator is acting up because it turns on and heats up and shuts off, turns on, heats up and shuts off." So I'm like, okay, cool. So he was leaving. I was like, you came here, you've been here for like 3 hours. Like, do I owe you anything? So the first time I paid him, he fixed everything and then it started whatever, and then he 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 didn't charge me. So I asked him like, do I owe you anything? He said, no, 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 no. Don't worry about it because I'm a professional, and I feel like once it fixed, we can talk. And I'm like, oh wow, bro, this guy, he's been here for like 3 hours in our house trying to figure out this refrigerator, and it wasn't even the refrigerator's fault really. It was we got too much power. We got too much power, I tell you that. So. Uh, yeah, he was like, yeah, you're good. Just message me, another day, and we can talk about it. So I was like, oh, okay. So even the professionalism here in Mauritius is great. Like, and this wasn't like a big company that I called. This was somebody on Facebook that advertised, an entrepreneur. He came out, he got paid the first time. The second time he came out, no payment. So it's very professional here. That's why I say it's very professional. Someone asks, is healthcare expensive? Healthcare, no, it's not. It's not more expensive than America. And that's just a question for yourself. Like, what is expensive to you? Like, really, what is expensive to you? So, we say no. So just recently we went to, ooh, so our experience in the hospital, um, we I want to say spent like $60 to have a doctor check us out or a consultation check us out. Got the medicine that we needed and stuff like that, and it was like $60. So if you got insurance, Safety Wing. So if you got Safety Wing, it's an online international insurance. Check it out, Safety Wing. You can, go to the hospital, pay your money, get your receipt, turn your receipt in on Safety Wing, and they probably will give you like a rebate or a refund of that receipt. So that's something that we do too. So healthcare is not that expensive. And the hospitals here is very nice. If you are in Tanzania, um, and Aga Khan, that's a very popular, nice hospital. um, it's nice because we went there. We were when we had when we were pregnant, or not, when my wife was pregnant. Us we Yes, when we were pregnant. We went to the hospital because you gotta have the paperwork and stuff like that. Even if you wanted a home birth, we did home birth two of our children, but when it comes down to the birth certificate and legal stuff, you gotta have the paperwork from the hospital. So that's something that if you are pregnant in another country, just make sure you go to the hospital, even if you plan to have a home birth. Go to the hospital, get your checkups, and get the paperwork. Um, so that Aga Khan is a very nice hospital, one of the best in Tanzania. And here in Mauritius, Aga Khan don't have nothing on Mauritius. I'll tell you that. These hospitals here in Mauritius is solid. It's very professional. The doctors is very professional. She was so great. She was like, "Oh, you guys are from America? Oh my gosh, it sounds like you guys are from the movies." And I never heard Americans speak like you guys and this and that. And it was just great. It was just very professional and everything like that. So, um, like I say, that's why I say I'm not trying to toot Mauritius up, but check it out, man. Check it out.
Someone said Africa is not everybody's real home. Okay, all praises. You know, if you believe so, just depends on what you believe and stuff. So it's great. Someone said, "What is the point of going somewhere else when problems will find you wherever you go when you are running?" Well, that's just a mindset thing. Like, yes, problems gonna be everywhere, but it just depending on your mindset, your healing, your peace. Because America, for me, I know, just for me, just for example, for me, I don't want to be in America because I don't want to tote a gun everywhere because I feel like just unsafe. You get what I'm saying? And what's happening, like that changes your mindset. Like, you gotta carry a gun everywhere to try to protect yourself. You gotta practice. You gotta go to shooting range every couple months to try to make sure you know what you're doing with your gun. You get what I'm saying? You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do, like. And then if you carry a gun, you don't know how the police officer's going to react if they see the gun and this and that. It's just a whole like mental mindset where it's like you don't need that. Like, I'm not trying to go back to that mindset of like, okay, because before we left America, our house, we were in a nice neighborhood, but across the street from us, it was not so nice apartments. So we heard gunshots pretty much every week, and I literally had to teach my children how to duck down behind steps, behind couches, behind beds. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, we should have to do that. We've been living life. We don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends on who you talk to. Like, really. Shalom, brother, and everyone. Hey, Tim. Shalom, shalom. Hope all is well with you. That's a familiar name and face that I see. Shalom, shalom. Is it often that you see other Africans such as Nigerians? Yes, it's plenty of Africans. Trust me, I met people from Cameroon. I met people from Rwanda. I met people from Nigeria. I met people from South Africa. I met people from Zambia, Zimbabwe, here in Mauritius. That's what people got to know, that people come from other African countries to get opportunities here in Mauritius because they pay well. The work is pretty solid. It's construction. If you come here to do construction, I'm telling you, you're gonna be good. They're building so much here, and it's the question you got to ask yourself the question of why are they building so much? Like, why? Like, it's so much. They're building so many apartments, villas, all this, like everything. I tell you that. So, you know, I can definitely get more into it. Just go check out the links in the description. If you guys will want a one-on-one call with me, because just any questions. I like to be one-on-one so I can literally like dig deep and give you guys some good advice and some good strategies. So all praises. Blessings to you and the family, brother. Yes, shalom. Thank you for that. Blessings to you and your family and your household. Do you speak French? Can you get along with just English? I don't speak French. I don't speak Creole. Um, I speak English. Yeah, here in Mauritius, pretty much everybody that is here in Mauritius knows French. So, just for example, I had to go to the store last night to get like a cooler and some ice, and it was just late. Like, I was looking at like some frozen food, and I was like, man, this probably would be good because it was probably like 7:30, and I'm like, okay, I'm just probably gonna have the children cook dinner. It'd probably be easy if they can just put something in the oven and make it and stuff. So I was like, I'm deciding on what they should make, and I'm like, this lady came up, a local lady, a local Mauritian. She came up, she just grabbed it, and I'm like, oh, is this good? She said, oh yes, it's very good. I get it for my children because it's very easy to make. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yes, everybody speaks English here, no matter who it is. They know some type of English. I'm definitely tired of being okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, are there always a bunch of car accidents there? For us, we haven't seen a lot of car accidents here in Mauritius, but you know it probably is, but we haven't seen it. I'm definitely tired of being locked and loaded daily, even legally. It's a lot of baggage to carry, but it's smart to move like that while here in the States. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that probably if I had to go to a country like that, that would probably be the first thing that I would like focus on getting, cause you know I would probably teach my children too. You know, my 14-year-old, my 11-year-old, my 14-year-old son, he would probably have to learn how to uh, uh, learn how to mess with a gun and stuff like that, or properly do it. Also, my 11-year-old daughter, she would probably have to learn how to do it too. So it's just like it's a mindset where you just don't have to have, like you really don't. So yeah, it cost 4,000 for me and my wife to come to Mauritius, and we don't have an online business. How can we afford to move? You got to figure out some type of passive income. So even if you start a business here, you could. I believe that's 50,000 to start a business. 50,000 US dollars to start a business, which is good because some countries they want to see like 150,000, 200,000, 300,000 to start a business, and you only get 2 years. Right here in Mauritius, if you got 50,000 plus more. I don't want to just say 50,000 because you're gonna need a little bit more to have your business, marketing and advertising and stuff like that. So, but it will cost 50,000 to start your business, and then you get 5 to 10 years. So after that 5 year mark, they will probably give you another 10 years. So if you invest 50,000 here in Mauritius to start a business, I'm pretty sure you will be good. But I'm not a lawyer. You have to do your own research and look it up online. But 4,000, that's tough. Like yeah, it costs to be. Ah, this is funny. So the other day, me and my wife was out to breakfast, and it, I don't know what we was talking about, but the saying of like it costs to be a boss, right? It was something like that, and I told her I was like, yeah, you gotta finish what I say, you gotta finish what I'm talking about, and I said it costs to be, and she was like, it costs to be broke. We was just cracking up in the whole restaurant. Everybody was looking at us and stuff because it was just so funny. But I was looking for the answer of it costs to be a boss, right? And she kept saying the wrong thing. It costs to be broke. It costs to be black. It costs to be. It was just so much. It was just so funny. But that did come up with a interesting thought. It costs to be broke. And like hands down, it costs to be broke. Think about that. It really do. But back to the question, 4,000. It like I would say, um, you gotta have some type of passive income. If you are retired, here in Mauritius is $2,000 a month. Um, Make sure that you're married to your spouse, because if you're not, you're going to have to get like a separate visa or residency. So here in Mauritius, the residency, if you can sustain the requirements, it is 2,000 a month, and you get 10 years, 10 years of residency, of and you can get 20 years. So this is why we do the mature adult intensive for mature adults. So even if you are not of retirement age, because the retirement age here in Mauritius is 50 years young. 50 years young. Think about that. Most retired um, people or the countries that do retirement visas is 60 or 65. 50 years 50 years young. 2000. I just talked to a gentleman. I just talked to a gentleman. He's 52. And he got his retirement visa. He said he's loving it. He posts on WhatsApp. I know I was saying this at the beginning, but he posts on WhatsApp every day, kicking his feet up in his pool. He got his truck. He go get coffee at a coffee place. He go to malls. He just enjoys. He said probably like every week he go explore a different part of the island because there's so much here to do in Mauritius. But um, it is check out the pinned comment. Check out our website, Journey with Us, move to Africa.com, and check out the services, and it will just give you more information about the mature adult intensive. I believe if you are of retirement age and you are getting a retirement check, this is something that you should consider because we go deep. We tell you the truth. We get really into it, and everybody that's been in an intensive, they're very grateful. They say, the information that we provide, it is not online. It's more of an experience and really like a community, a family of people. So I just got a couple messages from the group, and I have to respond, but it's just a blessing to, help wiser people. So someone asked Tim, do you ever see singles find their mate since it seems very family oriented? I'm hoping to eventually start a family, but haven't met my African queen